It's about time that we installed the winch on the hook road Tacoma winch bumper that we installed on the 4th Gen 4Runner. Welcome to DIY Overdrive. Let's get started. This unfortunately isn't a situation where you just throw the winch in and go. There's a couple things that we have to move around behind the bumper, which is the easy part. But Hook Road did not put the hole for the winch line in the right spot, so we'll have to relocate that later, but there's nothing that an angle grinder can't fix. We're looking at footage from when I first installed the bumper a while back, and later on in the video will be where I actually get that hole in the front to line up correctly. So let's get started with just getting things set in place. Start by pulling the bumper off the vehicle, and you might actually get away with just lifting your hood and accessing everything with the bumper installed, but you'll definitely want to loosen it and just kind of pull it towards you a bit. It depends on what winch you have and how much clearance you're working with. Now you can pull this AC line off the plastic clip and just push it up and over that metal bracket. I used a zip tie to kind of hold this line in place. It's more of a suggestion than an actual mount, but well over a year later, everything is still exactly where it needs to be. Now let's open the V4 winch and see what we got to do to make it fit. This is a V4 12,000 pound winch with a steel line in it with a wired controller, and you can use really any winch here, but I don't exactly recommend this one because the Fairlead for it does not fit on this bumper, which means you need to use a synthetic line Fairlead, which means you need synthetic line. So you might as well just get a winch with synthetic line. You can see here the winch comes with square nuts that slide inside the little slot, and that's how you bolt it down to the bumper. You can see here that I have the winch plate set where it dips down instead of dipping up, and what I ended up going back and doing is removing that plate and flipping it over. And when you do that, at least in the model that I have here, I had to do a little bit of grinding to the corners of where it mounts to make it fit correctly, but I'll show that later in the video. If you have that winch plate set correctly and flipped over, like I said, go ahead and mount the winch to the plate. And if you haven't flipped it over correctly yet, then go to that part in the video where I do trim the corners and see exactly what it takes to get that to fit right. I tell you what, the bumper is a bit heavier with a steel line winch in it. As I was getting the bumper back on though, I was able to see exactly what else needed to happen to be able to get the rest of these things to mount, because you still need to put the controller on top of the winch. And here's an example of how I said the Fairlead doesn't work with this bumper, which is kind of frustrating. But we're not a victim. Trying to slide the brains on top of the winch, it's clear that we have to get rid of this metal bracket that we left behind when we installed this bumper. So let's drill out the spot welds that are holding it on, and also push that AC line a little bit out of the way again. Whenever you drill something out like this, you never want to leave bare metal left over, so make sure you hit it with some rattle can spray paint to prevent any rust. Now let's get the brains on top of the Now let's get the brains on top of the winch. So what ended up happening here is that top lip of the bumper was not allowing that top box for the winch to set in place correctly. So I had to re-drill a couple holes a little bit further back to make sure that that top box could fit between my core support and the top lip of the bumper. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly where these holes go, but this is going to be different on every winch. So just do your best job at eyeballing or measuring based on your specific winch needs. It looks like I went back about 3/4 of an inch. With those holes drilled, we can screw those little mounting brackets to the box itself and then get it on the winch. Oh right, that ground on the winch is underneath it, so it might actually be easier to get all the wires hooked up first, or at least the ground first, before you tighten the winch down completely. Sorry, I'm doing this a little bit out of order in my voiceover. Put the little ground for that control box on there. Oh, and actually the main ground for the winch too, the heavy duty one. Here's me refilming part of this to make it look like I did it correctly the first time, but I'm totally fine with sharing my flaws. So for the first time that you put the winch in the bumper without removing the bumper completely, you want to make sure that that ground stud is facing up so that you can put those wires on it before you flip it back over and tighten it down. Now with our modified top winch mount plate bracket things, we can put that top box on and screw it down into place. The studs on top are color coded, so it's really easy to know which wire goes where. I hope that you don't screw that one up, because that's basically impossible to. Now tighten the winch down to the winch plate. I ran the power cables for the winch through the core support. There's a few different ways that you can get it through and up to the battery. This is the way that I did it. And also I do recommend grabbing some split loom that you can get on Amazon and use that anytime you're running wire through an engine bay. I didn't here, but this is a do as I say, not as I do type of suggestion. I've always been grateful that there's a good and easy ground here right on the side of the engine bay. So we'll put the black cable there and then hook the red one up to the positive on the battery. And now, as I thought that this part of the job was complete, I put the little tiny miniature skid plate on to the bumper. But I shouldn't have done that yet. If you did the winch plate earlier correctly, like I said, where you flip it over and make it fit, then you can do this now. But let's move on. Fast forward like a year, maybe more, however long it's been. I'm flipping this thing over and making it fit. Whoo, sparks, cool. Slow-mo. No slow-mo, I'm kidding. So just gotta cut off a little bit here. You can see that I've already cut off a couple of the other corners, and basically just have the angle grinder ready so that you can trim whatever you need to make it fit. I don't know why Hook Road designed it to not fit perfectly, but I guess they're just testing our skills here. But we're not a victim. And I filmed this a while ago. I don't really remember why I had to auger out this hole a bit, but for whatever reason I did. You may or may not have to. This is me checking to see if it fits. It doesn't, so I went back, cut a little more, and then put it in. Remember not to tighten the winch plate down completely before putting the bumper onto the frame horns on the vehicle. If you do tighten it down before putting it on the truck, then it will create some binding and be a lot harder to install it onto the studs on the frame horns. This is me being kind of frustrated that there's no good easy way to just make this work correctly, even after I flipped it over and raised the winch up. And really, you could install some kind of a spacer to raise the winch, but I don't really like the idea of raising a winch away from the winch plate because that creates all kinds of torque issues, and it's just kind of it's not as strong if you do something like that. Now, one thing that's a bummer, but I didn't mind doing, it's better than putting spacers on or doing something else to the winch plate that would create a weak point on the part that you want to be the strongest. I removed this Fairlead and I moved the mounting holes down, and I had to cut out a bit of that Fairlead hole from the bumper to make it line up correctly. The goal is to get the winch line to come straight out as it's winding and unwinding. And that hole was originally right in the middle of the winch, which is not what you want because it'll put a ton of pressure on that front of the bumper where you kind of just don't want any pressure at all. With that bottom cut out, I drill a couple new mounting holes for the Fairlead. Now my frustration took over again, and instead of taking the time to just cut a small piece of sheet metal, I just left the holes up there above the Fairlead. But if you want things to look nice, I would say just cut a little piece of sheet metal or put a piece, something there. I guess because I've got that front license plate on there, you never really see it unless you're actually winching. So it's not the end of the world. Just depends on how beautiful you like things to look. Hey, look, it's me running wires again, pretending like it's the first time I did it because I originally intended on not sharing my mistakes. But mistakes are good. We all learn from mistakes. Now I'm tightening the winch down again before I go to pull the steel line out and install the new synthetic line. Twist the little unlock on top of the winch, or twist the lock to unlock it. Anyway, then pull that steel line out, remove it. There's a little screw that holds it in at the very end. You'll just want to use that same screw to install the new synthetic line back into the winch. You know, it was actually a kind of frustrating process putting this winch line on too, because it kept getting twisted on itself. So I couldn't just simply send it in. This has to do with the way that the manufacturer wound it up. It created all kinds of loops in it that made it kind of difficult and time consuming to put it on. But once it's on, it's fine. It's on there straight. It just took a little while because I was alone. If I had someone there pulling the line out and kind of rotating it as I was winching it in, it would have gone a lot easier. So get one of your buddies to help. And of course, right as I'm winching this line back in and getting it nicely lined up, the camera dies. And so I don't have footage of that last little bit going in. So that's not the end of the world. Just pretend like you saw the entire winch line go onto the winch. You're going to want to make sure that while you're doing this, you are kind of lining it up. Make sure you've got some tension on it. Be careful of your hands. I do recommend you use some gloves, if not for safety, just even to keep your hands from getting dirty and worn out from the winch line rubbing against it. But anyway, that is how I installed the winch on my hook road Tacoma winch bumper that we installed on the 4th Gen 4Runner. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and please, if you would consider subscribing, it's a huge help. And I also have everything from this install in my Amazon affiliate link below, and that helps massively with keeping the channel alive. And not just like financially, but it makes my fiance, soon-to-be wife, a little bit happier with me spending time on things like this. I apologize for how long it took me to finally put this video out. Sometimes it's difficult to manage and maintain the channel when I've got so many other things going on, and I will continue to be releasing content, and I have more coming up soon, so please stay tuned. And again, thank you all so much for watching. See you on the next one.